Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up?
Let
What's
me.
up?
All right. So everyone, just so you know, this is RANGERZX, the best Tryndamere in the world, and at the very least, rank 1 Tryndamere in all of Europe.
Yep.
So put some respect on his name. So, unfortunately, I played some fucking FOGGEDFTW games. So like it's not gonna be on my match history. So we're gonna have to look at my stream VODs. We could probably take a look at this game against the Kennen.
Okay.
Because I trolled and took Spellbook and didn't take Phase Rush, so I definitely should have carried this game. And I know you take different runes and approach matchups differently, so make sure to give me all those kind of insights.
Okay.
How to approach it.
Sure.
All right, guys. For today's video, I am going to be coached by the rank 1 Tryndamere in the entire world. His name is RANGERZX. He's a phenomenal player. And I'm going to be taking some insights and adapting my gameplay a little bit to help me with my personal climb.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the shoutouts. Glad to be here.
Nope.
It's gonna be awesome.
No problem.
Do you go second win? Do you go second win, right? But do you go revitalize or unflinching?
I could take. I change it up depending on their comp.
You took unflinching. Yeah, unflinching is good here because they have stuns, and yeah, I think it's fine here. I would go unflinching too, probably.
Yeah.
I think against Kennen though,
Hey.
I still don't know exactly if he should go MR though or armor because he does auto you a lot, right?
So here's what I do, and tell me if this is wrong.
Okay.
I take a look, like when I play against a matchup like Shen or Kali or Kennen, something that has hybrid damage.
Okay.
I take a look at their jungler to decide what it takes. So since it was an Echo jungle and they had Annie mid as like triple AP, top mid, and jungle, I decided to take MR.
Yeah, I think it's not like this depends heavily, of course. Like, let's say the Kennen lands a lot of abilities, right? And then MR would be a lot better, but that's like inconsistent. So if it's like an AD, because I see some Tryndamere players, they will take MR against Kennen like every time. Like I think armor especially here, but that's good that you do it like that. I think that's the correct way. So since they have AP damage, I think it's actually probably maybe better, yeah. So at the start, like against anything that is poke or ranged, you surely know this, but I go triple beat. I never go D-shield. And the reason for this is the resale value from beats is like really, really insane. You buy them for 150 gold and you sell them for 105, so you only lose 45 gold per bead. But when you sell D-shield, you're gonna lose 280 gold. So I always go beads. I don't think the difference is big. Again, D-shield is like, if let's say you fight instantly from level 1, D-shield's of course gonna be like better because you get an HP pool, you get flat HP, which is something that you don't get from beads. But beads also scale more and more because it's based on your base HP region. So it scales more and more. The more levels you get, the stronger they get. So the longer you keep them, the better they will be. But like D-shield region is always flat region. But I think the difference is like really small, but that's just another thing that I do.
So like I'm looking to trade there.
Yeah. I think this is like, of course, like as you know, it's like trading HP. Even if you lose in terms of HP, it's still gonna be better for you because you of course have like incredible sustain and he doesn't. So it's like yeah, it's like always gonna be beneficial. Just as long as you don't take like a massive amount of damage, then it's like it takes too long to regen it. But I think this is fine since Kennen really struggles to like deal someone pushing in instantly because he can't deal with that since he doesn't have good clear yet. He doesn't have all his abilities, so that's good pushing him in because he can't really bully you level 1 anyways.
Yeah. So do you take fleet into Kennen?
I take fleet into Kennen. I like besides Kennen and like Quinn and Akali, I don't really take fleet because I think tempo is such an insanely vital part of this champion's power. So if I know that I really, really need the extra movement speed and the sustain, and I know that I can't really get solo kills early game, then I go fleet if I really need it. But I always want to I never want to go fleet. I only go fleet if I have to go fleet.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think the difference how we play is sometimes when I watch you play, I feel like you're not thinking as aggressively as you should. You kind of default into this that, oh, I can sustain, so I will sustain, when you could like go for solo kills. And I think that it can still be good in the long run, that you might get a CS advantage with it or like pressure advantage, but I think there's like a lot of solo kills that you end up missing. I feel like that's the biggest difference between us playing.
Okay. Yeah, I've noticed against some matchups, especially when I go against Vlad, I want to take like you probably go lethal against Vlad.
Yeah,
right?
I go lethal sorcerer with Ignite against Vlad.
Yeah, because I feel like I can be even more aggressive against Vlad.
Yeah, for sure.
When I take fleet, but lethal obviously will scale better into the matchup. So how do you approach a matchup like Vlad?
Okay, so against like something like Vlad, I will constantly go in, like pretty much every time he walks up, I will go in, because his Q's in a super long cooldown, and he can't, like, when you go in, what can he do? Like, he can't out DPS you, and if anything, you get his phase rush. So if he wants to burn pool to not take damage, then he burns pool, burns phase rush, and then he literally can't walk up, like, at all. So pretty much every time he walks up, like, at all, you should just E in, because he can't damage you. Like, he just straight up can't. I think like even here, you don't need to be as passive as you can as you are. I think like contesting the wave a bit more, or even like trading HP is fine, because you're almost full HP and you have a pot, and he doesn't have any pots. So like trading HP, like now that it crashes like this, it's bad. But if you like thin it out a bit more right now, like he still doesn't have the pot, and he's like you're still more HP. You're level down, yeah, sure, but again, you have insane sustain, and if you go on him, he needs to go all the way back, and you can just walk back and hit the wave. If the Kennen played this better, which he doesn't, he would just cheat or recall you on right now. Like he would just let you, because he's being dumb, right? Because he can't poke you out. You're Tryndamere, and you're full HP.
Yeah.
He can't poke you out, so he should just cheat or recall and come back to lane without TPing.
Okay, so right here, as this wave's crashing up, you would just start building up Fury, and then you go in on it Kennen right now, as soon as he walks up?
I would be hitting these minions, and I would want him to walk up more, and then even though I'm level 3 and he's level 4, I would go in. I would start hitting him, because he needs to obviously E away. Keep in mind, he doesn't have phase rush, so he can't escape you well, so you will E on him, and he can't really do anything, because you still have, you have D-Shield, you have Fleet, you have Resolve, you have Pot, you have so much sustain, so any sort of damage you do to him, so like you go in with E, he's gonna be like half health, or maybe even less at that, and you're gonna maybe lose a bit of HP as well, but you still have insane sustain left. So I feel like here I would just sit here and hit the wave instead of walking all the way back, because you're full HP. I don't think you have much to fear.
But like when, especially since this guy doesn't have face, he's just trolling, right?
Yeah,
I should punish it way harder.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So like these sort of things, like him not having phase rush, I think that changes the dynamic of the matchup like entirely. Like this is, I play super aggressive, but when I see someone do shit like this, I will instantly go in like as soon as I get the chance, because you just can. Like right here, I feel like this is what you could have done even earlier. Like maybe not. Like let's say
look at the previous spin. I think the previous spin I could have gone in, right?
Let's see here. I think.
Yeah. So I spun just for a minion there.
Yeah.
Like I have a potion here, and he doesn't. Like I could just walk up and spin on him right now, right?
You should have just wait, we can see here. So you position yourself like really far back, but you could like, yeah, you're like all the way here, and you're right now you're thinking like, oh, I'm gonna E for this creep, right? But you could just be standing right here instead of being all the way here. And if he wants to walk up to auto you, you just E in and do the exact same thing that he just did.
Yeah, and he's in it in my whole fucking wave.
Yeah,
too,
exactly.
So.
Yeah. So instead of being all the way over here, you should be here and like abuse. Like you should space better. So if he wants to walk up to auto you, which he obviously wants, or even auto to walk up to auto the minions even, like you should still pressure him all the time. But the fact that you're all the way down here, like you're not pressuring him at all. He can just do whatever he wants. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he flashes. Yeah.
Do you want me? Sometimes I save W for after the phase rush, or is it better, you think, to just use W instantly, even though he's got the phase rush move speed? Like if I had saved W there. Like, I spun into him, burn his phase rush, then save W. You think I kill him?
I think, like, with phase rush, the thing is that I think even if you save your W to, like, after the phase rush, I think he's still out with the phase rush. Okay. Like, he goes super far, right? So, like, I think you should just... unless you have a very long way to, like, chase him, right? Like, through the turret, like, turret's down or something, so you can chase him, like, after even phase rush ends, and you have, like, ghost up or something. I think that's, like, the only time that it would matter to cast W after phase rush, because he will cover so much distance with phase rush. It's like he's really, really strong. So once he has phasers, then it's more about how much damage can I deal before he procs phasers and runs away. Like whenever you go for a trade, you need to think that, oh, will I deal enough damage in like the 2 auto attacks I might get? Is it gonna be worth? Because that's all I'm gonna get against phasers, like realistically. So
I don't know, man. When Kennen combos perfectly, he fucking QWEs instantly. You don't even get a single auto of it.
It's one of those matchups that you kind of just flip it. If your team is better, you win. If your team is worse, you lose. So if anything, you're gonna be maybe like a bit up in CS. But a good Kennen with phasers will never die to you. This is, I assume you're gonna base here. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure what to buy here. We'll see.
I bought Zerkers here. Do you think I should buy Tiamat?
I think I would have actually spun in on him there. Yeah, I think I would have. Like when he cancels me, I think I would insta spin in and like keep him in lane, because I think if he, or because you're still decently healthy, right? And this is a risk. Like this is I think a big difference between you and me, and I think the only difference between like being aggressive or passive, because I think in League, people talk about passive and aggressive gameplay, right? Or playstyles.
Yeah.
And I don't think that really exists as much. I think it's either it's a correct play or it's an incorrect play. But I think the difference between passive and aggressive is how you make plays based on information. So like if you don't know where the enemy jungler is, and Echo could be here, right? He could be, but I will still make the aggressive play with the lack of information. And I think you are more prone to like make the more passive play. So if you don't know, you're gonna make sure that you don't get fucked by the fact that you don't know. But I will almost always make the aggressive play, and sometimes that does cost me. Like that does. So I think like right here, even though I don't know where Echo is, I would have probably still spun in here and like trade with him.
Yeah, I mean, I think just to have more impact in solo queue, I have to adapt to that kind of play style.
Yeah, for sure.
To climb up and shout. Otherwise, like there's gonna be too many games where like you take a look at their team and they got 8 knockups and you're just gonna be completely useless.
Yeah. So I think
I make the aggressive play.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. I think Tryndamere as like a fundamental thing for this champion is that if you're not ahead from lane, I think you're not useful compared to the enemy top, because I think this champion doesn't provide that much unless you're ahead, because he's like an AD carry. He needs so many items. You're basically a melee AD carry, and all AD carries, you need a lot of gold for items. So if you don't have those items, then you're just gonna get wrecked by those knockups and all the base damage and all the CC. So you need to hit hard whenever you hit the enemy. So you're gonna need a lot of gold. So I think being really aggressive is really, really necessary. But yeah, I would also go Zerkers here. I think Zerkers are just a must against Kennen. I think it's...
Yeah, I was thinking, especially since he didn't have phase, I actually have kill pressure.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
yeah.
I can't, like, I took such bad recall positions.
Yeah.
I think I actually end up staying, dude.
Yeah,
oh my lord.
Yeah. It's again, we kind of give the Kennen just like, I don't know what the Kennen is gonna do here. I hope that he cheaters on you, but if he doesn't, he's inting like again. Like he's really... Oh well, he can actually maybe get a plate here, maybe. But I don't think he can bully you again. I think he should just base. Because he's like, yeah, he's in danger here actually. Like he should have base for sure. He doesn't even get a plate here. But yeah, I think this isn't even too bad for you. Is this where you said you get a solo kill on him? Is this it? Oh damn. Okay.
I could have, because he had no flash, right?
Yeah, he has no flash, and you could maybe like W him and flash. Yeah.
So I don't fucking risk just trying to go for the kill there. I probably definitely could have.
Yeah.
But I go for the shove in and dive, and if he doesn't stay, then I get a plate and back. Actually, I don't even get a plate. Oh, I see he stays. I dive him, right?
Yeah, I hope I do. Yeah, this is a really free kill. Really free kill. Yeah.
Yeah, I buffered the stun pretty well too.
I don't think flash was probably necessary there. Let's see again.
Yeah,
I think
I think the turret was like really
it's really close, but I think if you walk back for the last tower shot and then like break it immediately after, I think you don't need to flash there. But that's like a really like close call. Like if you die there, it's really bad. So I sometimes do that too. I play it safe and I flash when I actually like in hindsight you realize that, oh, I didn't need to flash there, but like in the moment I think that's like a very like acceptable mistake that I think everyone makes, even I do, like, because now that you get this amount of gold, this is actually a really good buy, since against Kennen he really can't deal with you pushing him in. He can't really deal with Tiamat, right? Especially without Phaesios. You can just do it. But the thing is that right here you can also just build like Berserker's Greaves with like Crit Cloak, because again we can once you close the shop you have Ghost up and he doesn't have Flash. So
yeah,
that's the thing. Like that's I will always like I'm not sure exactly, because I think this is a good buy too, and you can also just you can really fuck him up with this buy. I really like both of these buys, but another option is to just, since he doesn't have Flash and you have Ghost, like as soon as you go back to lane, because this is gonna push to you, right? It's gonna push to you, so you're gonna have the wave on your side, so you can just run him down. He has no Flash and no ult, so, and if you have like Berserker's Greaves, no Phasers either. Berserker's Greaves with like Crit Cloak or something, he's pretty dead, bro. You have Ghost and he doesn't have Flash, so that's like a thing that you can think of as well.
Yeah, one of my big faults I've been working on correcting is like I've had this like preset in my mind when I go fleet. You know, I really want to get Tiamat, but like I need to get rid of that, because a lot of times like I've been doing it some, but like what you're saying is totally right here, because I don't have to just default to the Tiamat. I could just go straight. Like, you know, Zerkers into the Essence Reverse, but like especially just to make sure, like to stick onto his cannon. But there's no phase.
Just an
all I know is that like for the most part, and so like my junglers almost never play for top lane. I don't know how it is in Europe, but it's like it's just constant like bot lane action like every single game.
It is
like for the for the most part, unless I'm against like a fucking LCS duo top, you know, then I'm gonna get permacamped. But like it's mostly a 1v1.
It's similar here, yeah. Sometimes when players know that, oh, this guy's doing well, so I think a lot of the time I'm not getting ganks, but as soon as I get like a solo kill, then my jungler's like, oh, he's the win condition. Then they come top and then they help me dive. So, you know, they just like they need the signal, you know. They need to know that, oh, is it worth going top? And as soon as they realize like, oh yeah, it's worth, and then they come. But like it is mostly 1v1 for me still, yeah.
So I'm just getting so much.
Yeah, you're getting so much here. It should be really fucked here.
Yeah, I got solo killed in TP, and then it was just like from this, like, and when I'm taking a look at their team, like this game should be over, but I fucking lost this because I made some really bad decisions mid game.
So
I remember
right here, if we can go back a bit. So right here, on after this auto attack, I would instantly, because you see your wave is here, so his wave is here, right? Because they're always mirrored. So you could just auto this once and then start walking the wave already, because these creeps are going to finish the plate and you're going to get the plate anyway. And you're just going to go here and just get the wave when it's here already. And then Kennen needs to walk through you. And he can't. He can't walk through you. So you deny him entry to the lane. And you can also ward right here to this bush. So or on Try, so you can't be surprised by Echo. We see Annie, we have good vision on River, we also have Olaf here, so nobody can come from River. So anybody that wants to come to you is like coming from here, and you can just ward right here, and you can just proxy him. So if Kennen's here alone, there's nothing he can do. He can't walk through you. And the only way he can get to you is if he gets helped by Echo. And if anything, you just waste Echo's time. You can just walk away. But now we're kind of hitting this plate, and you might still get this plate, maybe, before Kennen comes. Yeah, you do. But I think it's like, yeah, you get one more plate, but denying Kennen entry here would be like at least my priority, because now he actually gets back to lane, and he can actually get these minions. But you would get this plate anyway, sooner or later, but he wouldn't get these minions. Yeah.
So right here, what I'm concerned of, like, so sometimes I would go for the proxy there, right?
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm worried about is because my mid laner's dead.
Okay.
And if I walk the proxy, you know, I could ward for the Echo.
Yeah.
My Olaf's doing Rift Herald, so he can't really help me with this proxy either.
Yeah.
You're saying you would still
I would, because
Go for that. Okay.
because we see Annie and she can't come from river. So let's say if Annie starts getting going to Fog of War, right? If she goes and we see that she walks topside from here, then I would like you would already be here. Like if you went when I said that you should go, you would already be hitting this wave, and you have Tiamat, you insta clear that shit. So and you would just stand there, and if you see that Kennen is still coming, like we can just roll it here. So if you're here already, you're like out of the vision. You would be here on the right already hitting the wave, and the wave would pretty much be down already because you just insta clear it. And then Kennen would walk up, so he has to come through you, which he might do, but then you will for sure kill him because he didn't even do that, and you still almost dove him when you started the fight under his turret. You still almost dove him. So if you were like here and he still wanted to go through, he's for sure dead because he was one auto attack off anyway. So and we see Echo here, but Echo could have came here, but I think you're still fine. You can still just walk away pretty much. Like I don't think they can kill you. And if anything, when Kennen comes, you would have already taken the wave already when Kennen's here. Like just when he arrives, you would have already taken the wave. And then
also, I would force the pressure from Annie, so she wouldn't even gonna plate, maybe mid or something.
Yeah. So Annie,
I can't believe I used ult that fucking early. Damn.
Yeah.
And then like I could have just still committed onto him there, but like I saw the Echo behind me, I backed out. I should have just killed the Kennen.
Yeah, sure.
And then I would have had Ghost for like 20 million years.
Yeah. So like here, it's too late. But yeah, it ends up.
Yeah, I'm just dead.
Yeah. And yeah, this is I would buy this as well. I like this buy. I would do that too. So one thing that I wanted to say is that I don't know how you build Tryndamere, but in my opinion, whenever you base for any items, you should always buy like as many items as you possibly can with the amount of gold you have. It doesn't matter if it's an ER component or a Stinger component or a Tiamat component. You should just buy as much as you can because you have infinite sustain. So there can be plenty of times where you just base with like 2,000 gold. You don't have TP either, so you need to be as strong as you can with every single base because you have lots of like cheap components on your items, which is great. So you can just buy all these components as much as you can afford whenever you base. So this is like
I think I do that. Like so, even though I'm building towards Essence Retriever, say like my next component of Essence Retriever, like say I need the crit cloak and I have 700 gold, I'll buy double dagger there because it builds into Stinger. Yeah, I think I do that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking. That's a good example. So that's what I think is good because I see a lot of like some people that I have coached as well. Like of course like who are way worse than we are. So like they build and they like really tunnel on the ER and they just straight up don't spend like 500 gold sometimes or 600 gold sometimes just because they can't get an ER component. And I always tell them that it's just you really should take those even if it's not the item that you're gonna build or you would like ideally want right away. Yeah, pushing here is of course good like because it's one plate, so you wanna make sure you get that.
Yeah, I think I'm just bum rushing for the turret.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wanting to know what my Cinder is doing. I think I'm positioning for a potential kill here.
Yeah, this is really good. This is very good. You already took the enemy jungle camp and you're just threatening. And if anything, you're just denying any minions here. Yeah, you already denied like at least 1 or 2 minions here. So that's fine. You don't have anything else to do, so why not do that?
Yeah, I'm just like trying to make sure we get the dragon and then I can go straight back top lane.
Yeah.
I'm just getting the dragon.
Yeah. I was looking at the map and I didn't see that. You actually couldn't see anything, so it was actually or anyone. So it was actually correct.
I just want to know why my Olaf is turning off this fucking dragon, dude. You just should stay on it.
Yeah. Well, you got it. And maybe you wouldn't have gotten it if you weren't here. So that was good. Sometimes, like a fault in me is that what I should work on personally is that I'm like very selfish. I'm very, very selfish. Like I believe in myself the most to win the game. So I sometimes like end up go and taking CS from my teammates or like not like to grief them, of course, but like if an AD carry wants to take a wave or something when it's like a shared wave, like late game, I might still take it because I believe.
I'll only take I'll only give them the wave if they're specifically like they ping an item that they want.
Yes.
And they're like 200 gold away.
Of course then. Yeah, because it would be griefing to not let them take it. Like
that's the only time I would do it. Otherwise, I'd take all the waves. And like Every time I roam, I just help my laner shove the wave. I soak the XP from the lane
Yeah.
or whatever.
I think it's very important on this champ. I don't think you should like be supportive at all when playing Tryndamere. You should like only think about yourself because you really need all the gold you can get. This champ is so gold hungry and you need everything you can.
Yeah, I think this invades bad. I have Essence Golder here.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you should just base. Like once there's nothing to realistically take on the map, and you can get an item, instant base. Like no seconds wasted, because all these seconds that you just did could already be spent. Like you could already be like here, already walk into lane. You wouldn't be missing some of the minions here. I think right now you're like strong enough to 1v2. So yeah, I really like this aggression.
I know. I have a couple really unlucky W's this game. I remember.
Yeah, I think that like the Hennen's not even trying to like dodge them, but he just does. Nice.
Yeah, so I'm like, I made so many like laning phase mistakes, but because the guy was so bad, I still ended up like getting a fucking ridiculous lead.
Yeah, like if this was an LCS player, it would have not went this well for sure.
When I'm playing with the players that just like really know how to abuse me with a champ like Kennen or whatever, like I think these tips that you're gonna need to learn how to play more aggressive against this type of player is gonna help me out a lot.
Yeah.
Because I end up playing too passive against these players.
Yeah.
When there's a lot more to punish.
Yeah. Every time you should look to like never default into like you talk about fleet, about when you have fleet you just want to go Tiamat, just like by default, right? So
yeah,
you should never like I don't think that's good. You should always think actively in any case, any second of the game. You should always think like what is the best play right now to do, like right now. So never like default into this mindset that, oh, I'm gonna do this just because I have this thing.
By the way, you like Stinger Sheen for 40% CDR?
I would not do this. I never do this personally. I would
just what do you do?
I would just go BF Sword right now with this gold.
Okay.
I would just go BF Sword.
So when you take Fleet into Kennen, you take Resolve second, right?
Yes.
So you just sit on 30%?
Yeah. I
just
don't
go into Infinity Edge?
Yeah, I think Infinity Edge and like just getting that 25% extra crit chance is the thing you want. I think the two things that you really want, like I think Stinger's like almost up there, but I think Stinger as well is like it's really good, but it's not something that you have to have. Is ERIE. Like ERIE is the two items that I will always want as like within my two first items. I will never finish items or any other item before ER into IE, like full items.
Okay.
I go Stinger after ER plenty of times. Like most games, I will. Before I finish IE, I have Stinger, but it's not like something that I always like look to do. It's just that Stinger is much easier to finish than a full Infinity Edge, right?
Yeah. So your buy here would be Stinger and BF Sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would go BF Sword right here. So
again, just trying to spend as much gold as possible. Because like if we went straight into Infinity Edge, like BF Sword and like say Crit Cloak or something, we'd be like maybe I could sell like my Dorn Shield for like a dagger or something. But that's not the best.
No. I think Stinger right here is for sure like with this amount of gold, Stinger or like 2100, Stinger and BF is in my opinion the better buy. I think 40 attack damage is gonna outvalue the Sheen proc plus the 10% CDR. Plus it builds into IE in the future. So I think that's what I would do. Personally, I think IE is just so good on this champion, and yeah, I'm just a big fan of building IE pretty early.
Yeah, it's really about the damage in those two autos that you end up getting on a carry rather than CDR.
Yeah, exactly. I think it is much better, and also it will make you crit more, which is like the 25% crit chance is, of course, it's like gonna help you also get more ease. So it's basically more CDR when you get IE instead of Triforce. Yeah, I would take golems here. Yeah, you take them now. Nice.
Yeah, I try to like stay out of vision too.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Ooh, no way. Oh, he still dies. Yeah. All right. Nice. Nice. That was really nice. Yeah, those guys got fucked. All right.
Like from this point, we could just end Baron and ended.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think right now it's just Baron's call for sure. Oh, Ezreal dies. Ezreal just went and died.
I know. Like it's just like, oh god, it's so like why? Like we just got 3 picks.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you have.
That's so frustrating.
Yeah, I don't think you guys have enough damage.
We killed Echo.
Do you guys have enough damage?
Yeah, I don't know. They fucking TP'd. I don't think we get it because the Ezreal died for no reason.
Yeah, you don't.
Got 3 kills. Ezreal walked up, died for no reason. Man.
Yeah. I think like right now as well, I instead of like trying to actively fight, I would just be pinging back. Like I would be looking at my gold and I would just be like, guys, let's just Ezreal ran it. Let's just deal with it and let's just base. Yeah.
I waste a lot of time here because I could begin that bot wave push out.
Yeah, exactly. Like right now, you should have based like ages ago, and you should be bot lane. Especially like the thing is here is that the sooner you go, because they're not set up at all. Like Echo's still dead, and they're like getting camps and pushing in stuff, etc., etc. So if you were based already. Because, of course, always the threat, because you don't have TP, so you're bot lane. So always the threat is that, oh, the enemy can just go Baron. Like, that's always a threat, right? But if you were based already, you would be here, you would already be pushing the wave, and whenever, because Echo's still dead for quite a long time, and then he needs to walk up, so if the enemy would ever go Baron, you would have already pushed in this wave, and then somebody would have to come to deal with you already. Then you would have Prio, and then you could have moved mid, potentially for a fight, get the turret, or maybe even go to Baron yourself. But, like, wasting all this time here is like, it looks like a very small mistake, but it's actually pretty big.
Huge because Echo, since Echo's dead, I could have been putting myself in a position to pressure so much earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so important too, just because like the longer that it takes for you to get in a position of pressure, the more time your team has to fucking int it.
Yeah, exactly. And potentially, like you could be here, and if you were right next to them here, then maybe you could have, like, does your team die here? Yeah, I think that, they do. So this small mistake that you did, potentially, I'm not going to say it would, because I don't know, but it potentially could have won you this fight if you based earlier right here. So these kind of, like, small things snowball into, like, this huge thing that can actually swing the game. And
at the same time, why is my team push mid when Syndra's covering top and I'm not?
This is not your fault. This is not your fault.
I know, but like, it's something I could have prevented.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I know it's like frustrating because I know as well that it's not your fault. Your team dying here is not your fault. The Ezreal's just like he's really inting right now. He's really inting. But this thing that you did like here, it could have prevented this. It could have prevented your shit team from being shit.
Yep.
Damn. Okay, so what I would have done right here, I would have just pressed Q. I would have just pressed Q. I don't think you would have died. You would have just pressed Q, and I think you're out and just walk away.
Yeah, I pressed ulti because I was trying to like make something out of the situation so they didn't just get Baron.
I think, like personally, I think if you pop ult right now, I think you're too far from the enemies to make use of the 5 seconds. Like you have already used a second from your ult, and you're still too far. So. This ends up not being good.
Because I did it, it forced me to have to like try to go for like a very max range E flash, and I just barely out of range, and now it's at the point where it's like it's hard for me to pressure up now because I wasted that window where I could have been splitting, and now it's so hard to split.
Yeah. Now,
even though I crushed the cannon.
Yeah. So now that they are like as oh wait, what happens here?
I forced something I shouldn't have forced.
Yeah. So like again, you know that. Well, you already know it, but like it's against this kind of comp.
I can't
every E is so important. Like how you use your E against champions like this is so good, like so important. Like one E can easily make you so useless because if you fuck up an E, then you're gonna get knocked up. You're not getting any autos off. Your E is gonna be on the full cooldown and.
Well, it's like even before that, even considering that, like the screwed up, it's why am I the one engaging in that situation? I should have just W'd and then positioned for dragon, or like try to position for a flank. But I fought the enemy team just full frontal, for no reason, and I remember I've just made that mistake earlier, which like I didn't realize the gravity of my mistake at the time.
Yeah, and now it's like that fight they even got Ocean, and it's really difficult now. I think like right now it's just you're so dependent on your team, and you know that your team sucks. So I think you're gonna just force something here. Yeah.
Yeah, try to go after jungle, try to like take their smite out. I just die.
Yeah. I think like this is like a Hail Mary play because you probably know for a fact that it's really over. It's now or never. So
Yeah,
you go for it, but it doesn't really end up working out.
All right, we can cut off this segment here because I think the game's just over from this point. Yep. I should have pressed yes.
Yeah. All right.
I think I'll press no just because it's ending.
All right. So what do you want to watch now?
Yeah, let me do an outro for this part because I might break this up. I want you guys to follow Rangers on Twitter. It's RANGERZXD. On Twitch, make sure to follow and subscribe. Use that Twitch Prime. And then also subscribe to RANGERZX on YouTube.